Hollywood, like many industries, seems to be really struggling with the ever-evolving technology state that we seem to have found ourselves in. Now, you could have the likes of AI, which is a massive discussion, and Hollywood is really going to have to deal with this soon. But then we even have things as simple as social media, with sites like Instagram or X, and how to navigate this, especially as an actor. And Maya Hawke, the actress known mostly for Stranger Things, has come out with an interview recently making some statements that have drawn light to some things happening in the industry that many of us had speculated about. And I'm here to really dig into the current demise of Hollywood and many industries due to social media. Now, many of you might be saying, well, Blaine, don't you technically own a social media platform yourself? And to that, I would answer, well, yes. And if you didn't realize this, then you should know it. I have a platform called Criticless. Criticless.com. We are in the Android and Apple app stores as well. So make sure to visit those places, download, create an account, and start reviewing some things. Make some friends, some groups, some lists, all the fun stuff. You can do it here on Criticless.com. So make sure to visit it, create an account today. But moving on into my actual discussion about social media and its effects on the industry, first I really want to talk about what's happened with Maya Hawke. Now, this news is technically a couple days old, but I feel like nobody's talking about it, which is why I really wanted to hit on what's going on, because it seems to have gotten lost in the shuffle, and more people need to know about what she actually had to say. So we're going to watch the video right now and kind of work our way through what's going on here.
That the line between actor and celebrity has gotten extremely blurry. And in some ways, a celebrity is someone where their personality is what is the draw. And what I always wanted to be was an actor, where the work is what the draw is.
Now, that comment right there, I think, is extremely important, and she hits on something that has changed over recent years a lot. And her stance seems to be the one that most people prefer, which is that you are an actor and you act, you pretend to be other people, versus when you're on screen acting in a project, you're just kind of being yourself. But more on that in a minute.
Is not the personhood, but the industry keeps changing and you have to change with it and understand that all of these things are getting blurred. And, you know, there are wonderful, incredible actors I admire whose personalities we all know very well. So I think just figuring out the footing in these changing times of social media and public personality, and also how difficult it is to get things made. And it's like, you know, where it's like, I don't care about Instagram. Instagram sucks. Right, but just so you know, if you have over this many followers, you can get the movie funded. Well, I want to make the movie, so like, it's a really confusing line to walk. And I've talked to so many smart directors who tell me that they get I'm talking to them about how I'm going to delete my Instagram, and they're like, just so you know, when I'm casting a movie with some producers, they hand me a sheet with the amount of collective followers I have to get of the cast that I cast.
This is huge. This is seriously huge and absolutely ridiculous.
So if you delete your Instagram and I lose those followers, understand that these are the kinds of people that I need to cast around you. And so it's confusing. And I find I'm thinking out loud with you right now. You know, I think this will be a lifelong question for me.
Everything about this video is extremely eye-opening. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, basically this seems to be something that we have all been kind of speculating about and wondering if this was the case, because just with certain actors and people that show up in things, it doesn't track, it doesn't make sense. Sometimes it doesn't feel like proper casting, and it just feels like they are chasing clout. And it seems to be that actually is the case. Now, several outlets like Variety did touch on this, but like I said, it just seemed to be kind of a flash in the pan and then it disappeared. And that might honestly be because Hollywood does not want people to know that this is happening, that there are producers and people in the industry that literally do not want certain actors as part of a project because they're not famous enough on social media. And I was on another show recently talking about how social media really seems to be the downfall of the celebrity, because the more and more that we know about a lot of these people, the less we like them. The more we see behind the veil, see who they really are, know too much about them, we don't want to watch the movies that they're in. And it's been happening over and over and over as celebrities either have too many interviews.
Because nerds are gay.
Well, some nerds are very not gay and are very threatened by gay
Well, that's
stuff.
true. But
Yeah.
in my world, nerds are gay.
Okay.
Are in the public too much.
Weird.
Or they just say way too much on social media. A perfect example is someone like Mark Hamill. You could scroll through Mark Hamill's Instagram for just a moment, and 99% of his Instagram has to do with politics. I mean, this guy, he's Luke Skywalker. He was one of the most famous people on the planet, and now he's polarized himself, and clearly over 50% of the country has a lot of issues with the things that he's doing and saying. Or you could get down to an even smaller level for something like the star of Reacher, where Alan Richardson, most people did not really know his political leanings, and he was just acting in things. And of late, he started doing more interviews, was talking on social media, and the guy did talk some about spirituality and things of that nature. But then he also made some very strong comments about the president and other individuals, and they were very strong opinions, and you are going to polarize yourself by doing this. It used to be that celebrities handled themselves more like how, the whole thing about don't talk about politics or, religion at the dinner table. They used to kind of operate in that way where you didn't really know a whole lot about that. But now it's become extremely public, and I think a lot of that has to do with social media. And the interesting thing here with what Maya Hawke has said is that clearly they are making a giant misstep here, where they could have these mega followings on social media, but they could also be a polarizing figure. And instead they're stacking up follower counts to literally fund a movie, and some of these follower counts might not be representative of the actual people that would show up for the film. This is absolutely wild, and they are putting tons of money on the line due to these follower accounts. All of this is not to mention that a lot of these social media sites thrive on bots. That is just a fact. And X is having trouble getting rid of a lot of the bots. It's one of the things that Elon found when he came in, and there was a whole bunch of them. And we know that it's an issue on all meta platforms. And so a lot of these social places just are dealing with bot follows, and even just for followers from other countries and things like that. So it's not really representative of the market that might be seeing your film. This is an epic miscalculation by Hollywood, and they need to reassess and shift course quickly. If I was a Hollywood executive, I would actually be telling the vast majority of these actors and actresses to, one, either not have a social media at all, or two, what they need to do is pull way back and like, hey, you want to post some stuff about the coffee you drank today, or you want to hype some products, or you want to do some very superficial things on your social media, have at it. But if I were you, I would not do or say anything political. You do not want the people to know what you think about this stuff. But all of that has changed in recent years, and we have witnessed the absolute downfall of the celebrity. It has been happening day by day, and honestly, it's been a bit of a joy to watch some of these people eat an absolute crap sandwich, because it appears that many of them are insufferable. So, I mean, that it's like maybe it's good that we're seeing behind the veil, but maybe not. I don't really know. It's just like with the stuff we've got going on right now with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. We're seeing the inner workings of these people and their inflated egos and who they are and what they are about, and it doesn't look good. But then you also have situations like what just happened with Maya Hawke, where she honestly seems like a lovely person in this video. Like, she just seems like she's being very honest and transparent, and it's just like, I'm kind of caught in the middle. I just wanted to act. But we are in this point where a lot of these people, even on the outside of the industry, are demanding that actors can't play roles that they don't represent. You can't be a disabled person if you're not disabled in real life. And it's like, well, aren't these people actors? Did we miss something along the way? So these guys have got an absolute tightrope walk to walk here, but I don't envy it. But at the same time, it's like they need to get a little bit more savvy, a little bit smarter, or the people that are kind of their puppet masters need to, because this doesn't seem like a good way to operate, and they really need to reassess if funding is connected to Instagram followers, because that is absolutely insane. So I want to hear your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think. Obviously, I'm pretty opinionated about this subject, and I think it's really wild. But I hope that I brought some news to you that you might have missed in the shuffle. And make sure to give us that subscribe down below. Definitely do that if you want to keep up to news on some of the things that you've missed in the entertainment industry of late, and reviews on the latest things coming out, because I will be touching on it on this channel. So give us that subscribe, please. It means a lot to us while our channel grows, and the likes, the comments, all of that just keeps our stuff chugging along. But thanks for checking out this video today, and I will be back again soon with more news or reviews. Later.